But these are amazing stories, and I think that what's so fascinating about that is that the the um, the ability of the body in the right space to be able to open itself up and see, feel, and hear. And there were no hallucinogenic drugs required or anything else, which a lot of people try to do. And it really wasn't it's a meditation, I guess, but not a forced meditation. Well, forced one. It's a meditation, I suppose, that where the practitioner um, assists a client to and gives them the space to go into these places. Yeah.
Don't talk. Nobody gives you instructions. It's just playing.
Wow.
And you move into the spaces. And I've seen people, I mean, I can give you a case on case where people have just got out of the mental health, sorry, should be saying mental health issues because does it heal? Let's not get into a debate over there. But what I have experienced, not just in my skin, but seeing other people when I've been trying to integrate or have been integrating it with my work, is something that was unbelievable for me too. And I thought I was doing something wrong.
Wow.
I thought I was doing something. What am I doing? And the quest of understanding what am I doing, I studied a lot. I went ahead and learned and learned and learned and learned. And I realized that there was nothing right and nothing wrong. It's just, if something releases you, is it wrong? If something lets you live, is it wrong? If something lets you die in peace, is it wrong? If something lets you express yourself from deep down from your soul, is it wrong? And who are we to give these labels of what is right and wrong? And I think most of us are caught in this big facade of this is right and this is the only way to do it and there's no other way to do it. And somewhere we are not letting ourselves explore and be the little children who do not think of what is right and what is wrong. For a child, shit is not wrong. He plays in his own poo at times and says, oh wow, he had fun. I think we adults need to play in our own trauma to understand it's not wrong. It's talking to us, it's saying something, it's there for a purpose. And the purpose is just to awaken you and take you to another space, another time zone, where these things are just lying down fossiled, sitting there for someone to discover them. Because these things did happen. By we closing our eyes, physical eyes, we can be just spiritually blind all our life. So those are little experiences which pushed me, nudged me into understanding more about how can then work be done without using much of your linguistics into something where you allow people to express with their hands, with their body, and take away this whole label of this is right. It's the only way to do it. I still find people doing it all the time. These are my slides. This is the right way to do it. You didn't do that ever. You just gave me the slides and said, go explore. My parents never stopped me from exploring.
And this is a really important point that I know I've got certain things that work, but my teaching has also put me in a place of saying there isn't any one right way, and that's the challenge that we have in the medical system, where it's that way or other, or there's no other way. And if you even entertain that there's another way, you can be cancelled, taken out, and which is just weird. But then again, we do that even in the alternative and the energetic field. What we're wanting to get to even with drum therapy, with sound therapy, with working with clay, where you're working with the non-verbal things. What we're all wanting to do, and you did an amazing description, we're wanting to find that fossil, discover it, and so it can be opened and shared with the world, and then released back into where it came. It's a wonderful metaphor. Share your way of doing this to open these things up, and certainly with the movie, they talk a little bit more about that. So, and this is a movie about sound therapy, by the way.
This is a movie which is talking about it's we all need to gong, and it was created during the COVID time. So all the John Petrico is basically created this movie, and Jan Ziegler, who's been motivator in this whole story, they've tried capturing people from across the world to list down how sound has helped people and their lives. There's another movie that's come up by him, which is called We All Need to Drum. Now, drumming and gonging is slightly different.
Right.
And since we're talking about drumming and gonging, let me first explain what that is.
Yeah.
In both the places, so what I do is drum circles. And what is drum circles? Drum circles is where we come together as a community. What's required for us is that we are a community. We're a community of cells, we're a community of people. They come together and we play drums together. And it's not just any drumming. It's where you're giving chance to everybody. You're just playing a beat. And it could be, if you don't have a drum, you have your hands. And you're creating sounds. And what you're doing at that point is that we are anyway activating. If you look at EFT, then this is activation of EFT that's going on. You're playing on the drum. There's a lot of activation of the acupressure and acupuncture points over here. But more than getting into technique of what is happening, what I have found that's really amazing is that it feels as if everyone in that room has become one. You don't hear people as separate sounds. You don't hear, oh, that's my drum, that's your drum, and your drum is better than mine. No. It's about, it is our voice, and we together are awesome. And that's what drum circles do. They just change your vibration. I haven't seen anyone who doesn't smile at the end of a drum circle, no matter how stressed you get. If we could spend just an hour doing just drumming, we'll probably be more happier people than sitting down and talking. Because what are we sitting down and talking? We're trying to use logic. We're trying to use our mental capacities. But remember what I said? We don't know that we don't know. Why don't we let just the body do? We're so intelligent what it needs to do. And just play. Because what I've understood is that we embody everything in our body. And when we're embodying everything, which itself means we're carrying all our emotions within our body, we, in our body, are aging, we are growing older, or we're carrying these diseases. It's because we're carrying that discomfort, the pain, the trauma within ourselves. And if your body doesn't move, it is not going to be able to release that drama that you're holding inside. So drumming helps you, gonging helps you, the sound helps you, because we were talking about it yesterday in our, we have small meets every month. And it's been the 11th month that we were having this meets where people who are creating gongs and musical instruments, we get together and we talk with each other from across the world. And they were talking about how our human body's got water, but it's in hexagonal shape, and how they are creating gongs which has got hexagonal shape matrix inside it, especially the titanium gongs that are coming up. There are pasty gongs. These are just different names, okay? So the titanium gongs have got actually hexagonal meshwork inside it. So when you're playing, it's like your body is suddenly in resonance and has found a soulmate, something that just kind of comes together. And you say, hooray, I found something that no amount of talking, no amount of anything else could find that core of me that could then connect with the water inside me and could then really take me to a level that I feel happy. I'm suddenly this pure, beautiful water, like Emoto says. I'm just this pure, beautiful water who's in surrounding of this amazing, amazing sound, because drumming, we go back to being inside the mother's womb. Dub, 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 dub. This itself takes us back into being inside the mom. And being inside the mom is the most safe and cozy feeling that you can ever get. And that's the space in which we can release our trauma, not in the spaces where we are scared that, oh, I've got some mental disease and how is the world looking at me? No more do you look at the world, because the world becomes one within you and outside you. That's the experience that I had with drumming and with God.
And that's what you bring to clients, because you work with clients and
yes.